when you Google your name right now, you're all that really comes up is synonymous with Sean Combs. And so, I have to ask, just a question about
I'm synonymous with Puffy?
Yeah. When you Google your name, all you see is videos of the two of you.
Oh, that's cool. I never knew that.
So you had nothing to say about it?
I just wish him the best. Life.
Yo, it looks like Mike Tyson is finally spilling the tea. After years of rumors and whispers, the boxing legend has decided to break his silence and set the record straight about his connection with none other than Diddy. Yeah, you heard that right. Mike Tyson is speaking up, and he's got a lot to say about his relationship with Diddy. After Diddy caught a whole bunch of charges, celebrities have been brought up in the media thanks to the ties that they either had or still have with him. This dude was a music and business mogul for decades, and it's expected that he knows half of the country. Now, even if you haven't been tracking Diddy and his latest adventures, you're still probably aware that he's looking quite cooked as of late. After his recent arrest on charges like racketeering, trafficking, and more, things are looking rough for Diddy. Since September 16th, he's been stuck behind bars, with over 120 victims stepping forward to make their claims. That's only after Tony Busby, the now famous Texan lawyer, came out and publicly declared war on Diddy and his legal team.
Represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
And if you know legal talk, then you know that this guy just said that even more people will end up like Diddy. Since this speech, celebs have been cutting ties left and right with Diddy. This is just one of the reasons why Mike Tyson has been popping up in the convo recently. But we'll get to Mike later. Diddy's caught up in yet another lawsuit. Like, are we even surprised anymore? So here's what's going down. Diddy's facing another lawsuit, and this one plain disturbing. A woman from Tennessee who was just 19 and a college freshman back in 2004 claims that Diddy forced her into an awful situation. According to her, it all started when she was invited to his photo shoot right across from her college campus in Brooklyn. She says she was flattered, so she went with a friend. After the shoot, they were invited to an after party at a Marriott hotel in Manhattan. But when they got there, things took a dark turn. She says a member of Diddy's entourage took them to a room, and when she asked where they were going, the response was, "You know what you're here for." Imagine hearing those words at any age, let alone 19. That's when they were locked in a room with Diddy, who allegedly gave them drinks and tried to push some white powder on them. She says things escalated quickly, with Diddy getting more aggressive, touching them without their consent. When they resisted, Diddy threatened them. He forced her friend to go down on him and then turned his attention to her. She says Diddy made her strip or else. Then he forced himself on her while she begged him to stop. At some point, a security guard came in, which allowed her friend to run out, but she says she was trapped because Diddy was still on top of her. Eventually, Diddy got up to talk to the security guard, leaving her alone in the room, where he threatened her if she tried to leave. After about 30 minutes in the dark, another security guard let her out, and she immediately left and went back to her dorm. Now, almost 20 years later, she's suing Diddy, Marriott, and his companies, saying the hotel staff knew what was going on and did nothing. And guess who is her representative? That's right, Tony Busby. This guy is not joking around. Despite all this legal drama, Diddy's actually still claiming that he's innocent.
For my actions in that video, I'm disgusted.
Hopefully his legal team is better at apologizing than he is, but even though he's got a top-tier legal team working overtime on his payroll, he's been denied bail for the third time, and now he's looking at a trial date set for May 2025. Now, let's dive into something a little juicier, his connection to Mike Tyson. Yeah, the heavyweight champ himself has been linked to Diddy for decades, but Tyson didn't even realize the buzz around their friendship until just recently.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh yes, he's glittering.
It truly is about the Benjamin.
Well, now when we come back, we're going to talk more with Puffy, and if you want to hang out, more than welcome to stick around, my brother. All right, we'll be right back with more right after this.
The scoop on Diddy and Mike Tyson goes way back, all the way to the mid-'80s before Diddy even became Diddy. Mike mentioned recently that he knew Diddy back when he first became a champ, and Diddy was just starting out in the music scene. Apparently, Diddy would show up to Tyson's after parties with crates, so they were definitely mixing in the same circles, both professionally and personally. We all know Mike had his party phase, and Diddy and Mike Tyson definitely have a bit of a history when it comes to partying and hanging out. Over the years, they've been spotted together at multiple events, and it's clear they've shared some wild moments. For example, they were seen living it up at the Cannes Film Festival back in 2008, and a few years earlier, they were spotted at Madison Square Garden enjoying a boxing match together in 2004. These two also caught the super-hyped Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Conor McGregor fight in Vegas in 2017, sitting right next to each other, so it's clear they've kept up that connection through the years. There's even footage from 1998 of Diddy and Tyson clowning around on a couch during an interview with Damon Wayans. They were laughing, joking, and Diddy at one point reached out towards Tyson's leg. Tyson, being Tyson, playfully grabbed his hand and made a comment about Diddy's fancy watch, which people took as Tyson trying to keep things chill. So yeah, they've definitely been seen out together, sharing some memorable times at parties, big events, and even on-camera moments. Their relationship seems to be more of a party and event type bond rather than anything super deep, but they've definitely been in each other's orbit for decades. Right now, once again, thanks to all the past situations, Diddy and Mike are being brought up. In a recent interview, Tyson was hit with the news of the speculation, and he was clearly surprised. When asked about it, he laughed it off, saying, "Wait, I'm synonymous with Diddy? That's cool. I never knew that." He kept it simple, wishing Diddy the best in life, despite all the chaos surrounding him. Tyson's always spoken highly of Diddy, even jokingly calling him Sugar Diddy in an interview last year. He mentioned knowing Diddy way before the fame, back when he was just starting out in the industry. But despite all the recent drama, Tyson's been pretty chill about the whole situation, unlike others like Kevin Hart, who's been quick to distance himself from Diddy since these allegations came to light. But hey, it's not like Tyson's life has been drama-free either. From his conviction for capital R in the 90s to the infamous ear-biting incident with Evander Holyfield, Tyson's had his own fair share of controversies. These days, though, he's gearing up for a fight with Jake Paul, even after a health scare delayed the match. Seems like Tyson's still ready to pack a punch, both in and out of the ring. Mike recently opened up about what led him to postpone his much-anticipated fight with Jake Paul. Initially set to take place on July 20th, Tyson had to push the date back after experiencing a health scare on a flight from Los Angeles to Miami in May. Now, with the fight rescheduled for November 15th at AT&T Stadium, Mike shared that he's recovered and is free of the ulcer that caused the delay. He admitted that his diet was to blame, saying, "I was eating too much junk and it made me sick." Since then, he's cleaned up his diet, avoiding processed foods to get back in top shape for the match against Jake, who's 31 years younger. But even though his eating is right, Mike just can't quit the vapes. There's been a lot of talk about how this fight might impact his legacy too. But as one is to expect, Mike isn't too worried. He made it clear that legacy isn't his focus. For him, legacy is just ego, and for him that has no merit. His very words were, "Who cares what people think of you when you're gone? I won't be around to care, so it doesn't matter." Tyson made it clear that Jake Paul is taking the fight seriously, and he's expecting a real challenge. While promoting his Let's Go energy supplement, Tyson hinted that the product would help him stay sharp and focused during the match. Meanwhile, Paul has been hyping up the fight as well. In September, he threw out a bold offer saying he'd give Tyson an extra $5 million if the fight goes beyond 4 rounds. But if Tyson doesn't make it that far, Paul expects him to get a tattoo declaring his love for Jake Paul. Getting back to Diddy and Mike, people have been wondering if Mike should maybe distance himself from Diddy right now, given the allegations. Some even thought his comments were a bit strange, but hey, Tyson's always been one to speak his mind. There's also been a lot of rumors swirling around online about their relationship, with some wild claims that Tyson had dirt on Diddy's personal life. But honestly, none of that's been backed up, and it probably never will. Mike is not anything away from us on the low like Diddy. One thing is for sure, Mike did not hang out a lot with Diddy. They brushed shoulders, but it never stuck. Mike was just built different. One fan thinks Mike just didn't see anything worthy in the relationship. Mike Tyson went for the excitement, superficiality of a P. Diddy friendship and realized it was not for him to become the amazing man he is today. But what do you think about their relationship? Do you think just a few parties together is all they share, or is there more to it? Let us know all about it down in the comments section.